Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a very interesting one, a story time. I've been neglecting to tell another story time / expose sort of thing for a while now, since that video that I made about Aspen Dental was pretty badly reviewed. Even though it's my side of the story, I'm not fucking apologizing for that video. I just deleted the living shit out of that video. So I no longer have that video up just because I don't really want that there. And I'm over it. So I'm like, well, I'm getting rid of it. So, yeah. Sorry, my cat's down there and she's a pain in the ass. So, you'll probably be hearing her and stuff throughout this whole video. So we're going to start with this. This is the little hell demon client that I had recently, a couple weeks ago. So, or about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And so let's start the story, shall we? So she actually was a request client. I had her about a month before this appointment, and I did a color, I believe. I think it was just a color. This time it was a haircut, and a hair color. And the way we do things, obviously, with hair color is, okay, that light above me is just nasty. But, okay, I'm just gonna, yeah, there we go. So, the thing that I had, so she was a request client, and she booked with me a few hours before the appointment, and she wanted to cut and color. Basically what I said before. We'll call her by the name of Kelly, because that's the one name I can think of that's a very bitchy girl name. Sorry if your name's Kelly, but this is the name that we're calling her for the story. So my instructor, we're gonna call her Miss Lacey, who says she's actually gonna comment on this video. So when this comes up, I guess she'll comment. I don't know. We're gonna put that into Miss Lacey's, I guess, thing. So, oh my god, it looks like there's like a sunlight. It's like I'm God or something. I don't know. This is so fucking weird. So she told me this like a few hours before. I think she went into the thing to my school to make the appointment. I don't know, but I think they like they were like, oh yeah, there's Kelly right over there, she requested you. And I was like, oh god, who would request me? Because nobody really requests me unless it's family or friends. So that was kind of interesting. Obviously I had no clue who she was. The name did sound very familiar to me. I was like, okay, Kelly, where have I heard of Kelly? Where have I had this client before? You know? So basically, she did a 1 o'clock appointment. It was gonna be a 3-hour long appointment because she wanted a haircut and a hair color. Granted, it would take me until the end of the day, if not more, to get this bitch done. So Kelly, obviously, she said, I don't get why people do this. They make appointments before they have to work, and then they end up having to crunch time like 10 minutes before they have to leave to even get to work. So I'm like, why are you making the appointment when you got no free time because you have to go to work or pick up, well, I mean, picking up your kids I can understand, but going to work and then having an appointment prior to it, I don't get what your life is like, but no, that's not what I would do. And she brought some sort of dude, I think it was her son or her husband. Honestly, those who are seeing this video who go to my college, even though I'm gonna be done tomorrow, which by the time you guys are seeing this, I will be completely done. Son, husband, I'm guessing it was her son, to get his haircut, I think around 2 or 3 o'clock. I don't know, but I know he was really waiting for it. We're not going to call him any names because it wasn't really that relevant to the story. So, this was also a Saturday, which, as you know, those of you who work in retail or any sort of service industry like this, Saturdays are a no-go for walk-in appointments or, like, things that involve services to be done. So, and this dude, well, I guess it was her son. Her son wanted her son wanted his haircut, not her haircut. Her son wanted his haircut, and obviously he got mad or something, stormed out, not really stormed out, but just was like, oh, well, they can't get me in, so I'm gonna leave, and bye, whoever she was, Kelly, bye Kelly, okay? And then, so, we're gonna get into a little bit of the consultation part of this. So when I had Kelly previously, she was really weird about having things glossy and shiny. That's no problem. I can get that glossy and shiny. She loved it previously. She said, you did a really good job, Sarah. Like, oh my god, I love it. I digress. So then we are going through the consultation, and I just, okay, so the same thing that I did last time, like, blah, 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 lots of gloss, blah, blah, blah. Okay, mindless bogs, okay, I'm going in to do the color and, you know, mix it in the supply dispensary, whatever you want to call it. And so I have Miss Smith, which is the second instructor that I have in this video that was a witness to all of this. Basically, like, signed off on it, because at my college we have to do it that way. That's just how it works in my college, where we have to have one person sign off on it, and then whoever, like, walked through the appointment kind of, like, checked it and everything to make sure it was good and all that shit, signed it with their actual, like, signature instead of their initials. So I put the color on. We're gonna fast forward a bit. I put the color on, and then at the last second, since I forgot to put the gloss on, and I had to go in and mix the gloss and say, okay, I'm sorry, Kelly, but I have to mix the fucking gloss. Not fucking gloss, but I said I have to mix the gloss part that you love so much. Not really. I don't think I said that part, but maybe I did. And then so I let her process for the maximum of time, and with the Rust color line, granted, I hate that color line so much. That's a different video. That's a different time that I'll be talking about. So I let her process for the max time, which is 45 minutes, because she's got gray. Not really a lot of it, but definitely some. So then, obviously, I cannot stand Kelly, so I go into our auditorium area, which you're not really supposed to go when you are with a client, but I did anyway. Granted, that's on my part. I should have stayed out there with her, which I did eventually. It's not like I stayed in there the whole time. So then Miss Smith walks in and is like, Sarah, you need to stay with your client. I know she's a pain in the ass, but go ahead and stay with Kelly. And then she takes me back, and then I take myself back out there to, I guess, tune her out, because she was driving me crazy. And then she ended up playing. Kelly was having the time of her life, really, in my chair. Basically, she was playing these really loud slot machine games. That is a pet peeve of mine. Do not do that in front of me. Don't play TV shows in front of me. You have headphones, use them. Like, I always tell people, like, don't play loud shit in front of me, unless if we are in a fucking car, because I cannot stand when people play music around others. Not only does it disrupt me, it disrupts other people, because I'm pretty sure that's a lot of people's pet peeves. She was playing loud slot machine games. Apparently they were free games. She was like raving about them, like, oh my god, they're just free, oh my god, like, you need to do them, sort of thing. And so a classmate of mine, we're gonna call her Alicia for this video, she goes over to her because obviously Kelly is disrupting her client, who I think is getting a perm or haircut, something like that, getting a different service done, getting a service done by her. So, and so she obviously goes over and tells Kelly, you know, Kelly, you gotta turn that shit down, either turn it down or turn it off, that sort of thing, which is not, I don't find that rude to say, like, if someone's, unless they say turn that shit down, like, I mean, I'm not gonna be unprofessional and start swearing in your face, because I don't do that to clients, which is weird, because you would think that I would. No, I don't. Fast forward to, I think she does get angry, when Alicia tells her, don't, like, turn that down or turn it off. I think she did get slightly irritated by that, because Kelly wanted to play her slot machine games, but I think a few moments later she did play them again. I think she still had them on loud, because she was annoying. But we're gonna fast forward to when I'm about to rinse out her color. So she freaks out before we rinse her out, because I dropped a little bit, just I think this much of color, onto her shirt. And this is where the problem started. She got upset because I got a tiny bit on her nurse uniform, whatever. I think she was a nurse, but anyway. And so I rub it off with color off. I take that, and then I, you know, make sure that, you know, I got cleaned. Like, I got that shit cleaned. Like, I really scrubbed that off, because I knew she was pissed, and of course I was pissed for getting it on her. You know, I didn't really get that much on there. There was not really that much. Like I said, this much, but she bitched about it because it was her work uniform. I take the color off, scrub it, and if you should know what color off is. It's basically just like a little bit of, I think they use peroxide, some sort of chemical, basically like a mixture, just to get color off your face or like off your sleeve, whatever. So we are going down to the shampoo bowl. I took her over there after she had her little meltdown. Took Kelly over to her shampoo bowl and rinsed her out. Last time I had her, she would not hold still. I feel like she was trying not to get wet when I had a towel under her for comfort. Even though I don't do this to a lot of my clients, because a lot of them aren't bitches and complain like this. But unless if they literally have bad neck problems. Granted, I know I have back problems, neck problems, what have you. So then I put it underneath her, you know, for comfort, and then it wasn't like hot or anything. It was just more like just a regular like support to keep her happy because she was the client. So last time she would not hold still. Obviously, she thought she was gonna get soaked. I don't know what was going through her head when she thought that. Not trying to be judgmental, but honestly, like, if you know anything at all, if you don't want to get your hair wet, don't move. So obviously I put that towel under comfort, and then I shampooed hair, and then she said, that's enough, I'm going back to your station, because she had enough with the shampooing. I shampooed her twice. She thought I was shampooing and conditioning her. So then I had to put on a leave-in conditioner, because she was like, did you condition my hair? And I was like, I'm putting a leave-in conditioner in your hair, and I didn't say because you want to stand the fuck still, and because you want to let me do it, but she was just very high, just drove me crazy. So when I styled her out, I took the blow dryer, obviously, and just styled her out. Didn't style her out completely because she had a specific way she wanted to do her hair. She wanted her hair to be bumped like this, like a middle part like this, and then she wanted like a huge poof up here. She didn't have a lot of hair in the back of her head, so I don't know how she was going to do that. And so then I obviously go over and like, she's like, okay, I'm going to help you do this. And I always hate when people say help when they're really doing it for me. But I was sick of this bitch. I wanted her out of my chair as soon as I could. And I never say that with any clients unless they're a pain in the ass like her. So then she decides to round brush her hair. Granted, she wasn't doing it the right way. She does her own thing. She didn't have a lot of hair in the way back of her scalp. Basically around this area here, it was pretty much bald. And she was upset that it wouldn't poof the right way. And so, of course, I was like, okay, here, Kelly, let me, like, show you how to do this right. And then so I did it, and she still wasn't happy. She pulls away from me. And that's such a child thing to do. I don't know where she gets this from. This goes on for a while. I cut her hair. I think I, like, wet it down a little bit. And then she got mad because I wet down her hair or something like that. I think she did. I mean, I'm just going to say that for now. She only wanted her neckline done. Like, her natural hairline was a little bit, you know, grown out. So she wanted me to cut that. That was not even anything. Like, literally the space between my whoa, that's, like, really close up. The space between my fingers was about all she really wanted. Maybe about that much. She wanted off her neckline. And then there was, like, a little... Some people have this hairline where it's, like, a ducktail hairline. She had one of those. And it looks, you know, like a little... Like a duck tail. Like, if you look at like a duck, it kind of like look at their tail, they have kind of like those little tail feathers that like poke out like this or like that, or like, I don't know, I don't think I have one, but it's like a tail basically just right at the end right there. It just kind of pokes out, which I don't have one, but some people that I know do. And so she was like, okay, just leave the middle part, which was where the ducktail was. She said that now, and then Kelly was like, and then she said, okay, just leave that out, just cut like around the edges and I'll show you how to cut it. And I was like, bitch, do not take my shears. Like, and then she takes my shears and tries to cut her own hair. And she says, does that look good? And of course I take the shears from her and said, no, you don't know what you're doing. And she literally said, I don't know what I'm doing. So, she does this with all my tools. Obviously when I cut the hair, I cut very little off her hair like she wanted. So, she, without asking me, will take my tools, like my hairbrush, my combs, my hair dryer, my flat iron, whatever I had out, and even in my drawers, she would take. And obviously I knew people around me knew that she was taking things without my knowledge when I would step away. And I just have notes right here that do that I just need to remember. So then we're gonna fast forward to almost being done, about 3 minutes before closing. She was there forever. When she had to work at 4, it was almost 4 o'clock. So then we, Miss Smith, and Miss Lacey, and I am also fed up with her because of the way that she wants us to curl her hair. I have my little Marcel iron. They're not like normal curling irons where they have a little clamp with the button thing that you can use with your thumb. She tries to use that too, and I'm like, you don't know how to use this. Like, what the fuck are you doing? I didn't say what the fuck are you doing, but I mean, you know what I mean. So Miss Smith decides to take a little piece and, you know, do what you would normally do with a curling rod. She said, I want you to get close to the base. She pulls away as soon as she gets to the base. That's not what I wanted, when she literally just said that's what she wanted. So then I walked away with Miss Smith, and I was like, this bitch is driving me crazy. Like, I was far enough to where she wouldn't be able to hear me, or if she did. I always forget how loud I sound, but okay. So then we go up to, I think, she checks out. She obviously keeps asking me, you know, does my hair look okay? Does it look okay? Does it look okay? And I'm like, yes, 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 yes. Like, I act annoyed. Anyway, time goes to where she checks out, and I think she accused us of taking her car keys when they were on her whole car, on her person at all times, and I literally had to we had to literally check that whole area and then some, just to find out where in the hell that bitch's keys were. We didn't take your car. And I literally was like, man, I'm gonna use my own car keys and fucking key her car. Like, I don't know, I'll show her. Like, I was just really pissed off at her. People were like, oh my god, like, Sarah/Effie, because I go by 2 names now. You need to, like, calm down. Like, I mean, I get it. She's a pain in the ass. And then so, obviously, while she was getting her hairstyle, I did forget to add this. And it's weird because I actually wrote that in my notes. I forgot to add this. But when she was getting styled out, she didn't want Miss Smith to do it. She wanted Miss Lacey to do it. Granted, Miss Lacey was busy, and that's what I would tell her all the time. She wasn't treating me right, obviously. And so Miss Lacey, I mean, I will say she is really nice. Of course, all the instructors that I have are nice. They're going to be reasonable with you. But she wanted Miss Lacey, so she literally like, hey, can like the other one do it? She was nice, and like she was really nice about it. And she said Miss Smith was a snot. When she wasn't being a snot, I wasn't either. But, and she told me, and of course, Miss Lacey kept telling me, okay, just keep stalling her, keep telling her, oh, well, she's busy, and, like, she won't be able to come to you for a while, you're gonna have to wait. I think this was about 20 minutes before we were closing, or something like that. Or maybe a little bit before. And she, we were all tired of her bollocky wink shite, that obviously, like, I told her that Miss Lazy can't do it right now because she is just so busy she can't do it. Oh, I'll wait. And then she waited again, and then waited for, I think, about 20 or 30 minutes. And I think someone called her or something and said that, oh, well, where are you, Kelly? Like, I don't know where the fuck you are. And she's like, okay, anyway, so, sorry about that. So then, she obviously waited for all this stuff, and then after all that, she checks out, tips me, not much, so like $3, something like that. I don't care. It's at least money. She obviously is holding us all up, saying you guys need to give me my car keys and stuff like that. And then she complains to the receptionist, who is pretty much new to her job. She's been there for a couple months, ever since the last one left that was there for a long time, like a while. So the receptionist was like furious too, because I mean she's new, so I don't have much evidence to prove this, but apparently she was trying to rebook with me, which I think that's just to make me pissed off or something. I don't have evidence to prove that, but shortly we blacklisted her. Actually, I literally went up to Miss Smith and was like, can we like get rid of her off our books and make sure that if she comes back we'll have to like call the police or something? And they're like, yeah, we can get rid of her off the books and tell her not to come back again. And so they did, and I was like, oh, thank you. Like, I mean, seriously, like, that was great, because all of us, I thought nobody should have to put through as much as I put through with her, because she was a pain in the ass, and of course I didn't want other people to deal with her pain in the assness. So moral of the story is, if you are too high maintenance for even a hairstylist to deal with you, don't go to the hairstylist if you are so high maintenance that literally you pull away and act like a child. And also just, be professional. I was being fairly professional, even though my paraphrasing doesn't sound like I was, but I'm just rephrasing sort of what I said, even though I was really pissed off. Granted, I've got a dirty mouth, we all know that by now. So that is the end of this video, you guys. I might make more story times about my experiences in cosmetology school that I still remember, that, I mean, just about the clients that I've had, not about the people that are in my school, because there are a few of them that are probably still there. So that is it for you guys. We'll be doing more videos based on languages pretty soon. I'm still kind of working on one actually about 2018 that I'm doing in languages, so that will be up fairly soon. I still haven't completely done it yet. I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, I love you guys, and bye! Happy 2019!